Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Hello and welcome to the Coliseum. We got a good game for you here. We got a 3v3 on Deserted Village, and we have some very good players in our community that are going to be duking it out in Axis Attack. And I have with me today, instead of Ray, I have Wind Cries Mary. And Mary, would you please read off the names?
Sure. Okay, so in this game, like Colossus just said, we got some good players. First up, Pony Slay Station on Allies. He's playing Airborne. Then also on Allies and also playing Airborne, we have John Steele 82nd, who goes by the name of Scaffa in the EIR community. A very sneaky player, comes up with a lot of interesting out-of-the-box strategies, so he's always pretty interesting to watch. Then the third and final player on the Allied side is Time to Burn, also known as Elite Gren, and he's playing Royal Engineers, so you're going to see a lot of Flame Sappers from him, and some heavier tanks. Then over on the Axis side, we have Mistlin TLS, who is playing Defensive. Mistlin's a very attrition-focused player, usually pretty crafty, always entertaining. Then we also have Shab Tajus, who is playing Blitz. Shab is the slumlord scumbag of the EAR community, but a very entertaining guy as well. He's been a little bit rusty lately, but he makes up for that with his legendary slyness, I guess you could say.
Sly as a fox.
And then lastly, yeah, he's sly as a fox. You would never turn your back to him, but if you know, as long as he's in front of you, he's funny. And then Heartman, the bleeding heart of the EIR community, who is also playing Blitz. Yeah, those are the teams.
Okay, so it looks pretty even to me, and we're gonna go ahead and get going here. And 3, 2, 1, start it up. Tell me when you get to 5 seconds.
Yep, there.
Okay, so we have Elite Gren heading it off with the infantry start. Not a whole lot of defense from him or Pony Slay Station, who's starting with the typical start here for Airborne. Very aggressive Flames, Croc, and RRs. And
yeah, and not many support weapons on the field. Actually, only one. Scaffa isn't on yet, but Elite Gren so far is the only ATG, the long-range static AT piece of the British Army. It's going to be a little bit tough to defend with only one, so hopefully Scaffa is going to bring on some kind of AT. RRs are great, but they're really not a front line. They're more of a flanking, hit-and-run AT unit.
I think you're right. It's a lot of pot shotting. You really don't want to stay out in the open with the RRs. So
no.
We got this is gonna be interesting because there's only probably what 2 mines here from Pony Slay Station, so they didn't bring a whole lot of stuff to prep defenses, which is kind of the whole idea behind Axis Attack and Allies defend, and it's
yeah,
kind of interesting.
And yeah, it's a small advantage to have, you know, getting 3 or 4 minutes to set up before the enemy arrives, with the trade-off being the enemy gets 9 extra pops spread between 3 players and a much more favorable pop timer. So unless you can find a way to make the most of those 3 to 4 minutes, you're really going to be at a disadvantage for the rest of the game.
Right. And Scaffa has now put on the field with his Vet 2 Achilles, which is a reward unit. It's like a Firefly and an M10 mixed together. It's got the range and firepower of a Firefly and the speed of an M10. And it's also a bit weaker.
Really, it has that much range?
I think it's got like a 50 range or so.
Wow.
And he's probably
Elite Gren's. Oh, go ahead.
He's probably gonna put what do you think he's gonna put on these Airborne here, these Vet 2 Airborne?
Yeah, that's a good question. I assume he's got some kind of plan. Oh, yeah, there he goes. He's dropping something. So it'll either be Thompsons or Zooks.
Yeah, I imagine they're probably gonna be Thompsons, because he probably would have started with RRs if he was gonna choose any sort of handheld AT.
Yeah, it's a strange start from Scaffa. the Achilles isn't exactly going to be able to go head-to-head with enemy packs, and the airborne don't have a tremendous amount of base killing power. I guess with the Thompsons they become good anti-infantry platforms, but not much of a defensive start from Scaffa.
And he does indeed have the Thompsons. Correct. So we have Thompsons, and we have RRs, and we have infantry. And only one support weapon on the entire field from the Allies.
Yeah, that's a strange choice. I guess my first instinct would be not to have so little in the way of strong static defenses to start with on defending, but we'll have to see what the Axis bring up. If they're smart, the Axis will kind of take a look at what the Allies have on and adapt accordingly.
And we are only 10 seconds away from the Axis coming onto the field. And then I guess we will go ahead and see what they have. And Hartman's going to start with the bike. Very smart move. Good idea to scout beforehand.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I think more players should adapt into their kind of play style, is figure out what you're fighting before you just automatically call in your same old start, because you could be facing a very specific threat. It's very smart for Hartman to do that.
And Hartman's always been pretty good with his bikes. I mean, whenever I see him, he's always got a bike on the field pretty much at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, and he just lost his bike unluckily to a mine, but better that than a expensive tank later on. But yeah, scouting is really the difference between good EIR players and the mediocre and poor ones that keep losing games and can't figure out why. It's so easy to think that the best players are always the ones with units that kill the most, but scouting is everything in a game like EIR.
Indeed. So we have I think we were right about Shab. He is playing Blitz. Got the Stormtroopers and the Sniper on, along with the Nostwin, so he's probably gonna bleed the Allies with his Sniper a lot, and he's gonna obviously defend that.
He's going with the old win strategy.
Yes, of course, going for the win strategy.
I don't blame him. If you look up to a player in the community, by all means emulate their strategy.
Yes, but of course they have to be a good player. If they're terrible players, Wind is probably not the best.
Which is probably why he didn't emulate a different player.
So honestly, if there was someone to emulate, it would probably be like,
good set.
The Koreans, man.
Yeah.
Good teamwork from the Koreans.
They do have good teamwork. Good Zerg teamwork.
A little bit of that StarCraft. Ambitious attacking.
So the good thing about what Shab's got right now is that the Allies really have no kind of sniper counter or way to respond to snipers at the moment. And with the Ostwind behind it, even Jeeps are going to have a hard time getting to Shab's sniper. So he should be able to have some fun with it for a while, barring any unfortunate off-map.
I agree, and it's pretty cautious start, and I don't blame them, because if you're attacking, you don't know if there's mines anywhere, which they can't possibly know there's more mines. But it's gonna be slow to start off. It looks like the axes are very concentrated in the middle.
And Hartman gets his Nebel, forgets that his Nebel now doesn't fire directly vertical, and nearly kills Shab's MG.
And we got Pony Slay Station going in with the Croc and some smoke.
Now, I could be mistaken, but did Shab lose his sniper just now?
No, it's still there.
No, he didn't.
And this Croc not really killing anything. aiming at the spike, you can't kill it. And the allies are actually...
Oh, and Scaffa just gets destroyed by some brilliant assault nades from Chad.
Those were glorious.
Yeah, just a huge catastrophe for Scaffa's Vet 2 airborne.
Now let's hope these crocs and the smoke is gonna help, but it looks like everything just hit the croc and pretty much useless. Good flank by Pony, but I don't think he's gonna last very long.
So that was a pretty chaotic opening. I think both sides kind of suffered from having too many of their units clustered up, making it almost impossible to, micro them effectively.
Yep, I will.
A lot of losses on both sides.
I'll agree with that.
But I actually think the X's came off better.
They definitely did, because Chap didn't even lose a stormtrooper. Actually, I don't think the allies killed very much, if anything.
No. No, they lost a Stug and some infantry, but in terms of munitions, the Allies came off far, far worse.
And it was all done by a brilliant assault nade by Shab.
What time are you at?
I am at 9 minutes and 35 seconds.
Perfect. So, Meslin kind of tends to be a little bit careless with his Volks, the Volks he loves so much. Running through fire like that, I think was a moment of hubris on his part. Took a lot more damage than he definitely needed.
Yeah, and Elite Grant's been, he's pretty good at using cover. So I think that's something that Mislin's got to be careful of, is not to be overly aggressive.
Yeah. In comparison to his allies, Elite Grant has lost considerably less, and has at least managed to be killed, although they are severely reduced in their strength. One thing I've found kind of interesting so far is that the Axis haven't made much of an attempt to cap the flanks early and quickly, which is one of the first things you need to do when you're attacking, is try to neutralize the territory control as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think that's what Mislin's going to try and do with these. He's got some Volks going around the side. He's going to flank and try and cap.
Yeah. Once you can neutralize that the shape of the map, basically remove the last vestige of the advantage the Allies would have in a defending situation. And it basically just puts a straight up meeting engagement where your side has 9 more pop and a more favorable time.
And Mistlin doing a really good job on that flank there. Taking out 2 airborne squads with 2 Volks.
Yeah.
And making out with
sure.
4 men.
Getting 14 kills spread between 2 Volk squads is a great level of efficiency. You don't expect that.
Good Goliath by Heartman.
I'm also finding Scaffa's use of Thompson airborne a bit perplexing. They don't seem to be achieving much, and I can't seem to figure out what they're supposed to achieve in a frontal assault like they've been doing in 2 waves now.
Okay, so we had a slight desync problem, and we've got that squared off, but nothing really happened. We had an attempt on a Shab sniper, and I think he actually killed the sniper. No, he did not.
No, he didn't. The Ostwind saves the day. The #1 best friend of any sniper you can have on Blitz or on Wehrmacht is by far an Ostwind.
Okay, what minute are you at?
12:15.
Okay, go ahead and start that up.
Okay.
Tell me when you get to 12:20.
I am now there.
Okay.
So remember, everyone, if you're on Wehrmacht and you have a sniper you want to keep alive, the Ostwind is your answer. It eats Jeeps, it eats Recons, in Brens, pretty much all the best counters to snipers can be countered very effectively with an Osprey.
I will agree with that. Noswin may not have the killing power that everyone likes, but it definitely does have the defensive power for snipers.
And against infantry, it's pretty lethal. Actually, even light vehicles, it's fairly effective. But the Allies definitely paid the price for not having any kind of sniper counter on when they deployed. And it took them about 9 minutes to get any kind of answer to it, and it's too late by that point.
Right. And there's still a whole game ahead of us, and Shav still has time to make full use of that sniper.
I really am interested to see kind of if Scaffa's strategy is going to evolve. It hasn't been working for him in the game up to this point, and it's kind of, you know, the old definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
I always thought about that quote there, and I always did the same thing no matter what. That is definitely some insane guy obviously said that. And we have the axes are actually capping very well. They are finally working on those flanks.
This is going to become a big problem for the Allies because although, you know, the top counter in the top only shows a small discrepancy, when you're defending, it is so much more ruthless. You really have to keep your territory. Oh, and the 25 pounder is going to not almost get the sniper, but it is definitely a good effort from Chef. And the Jeeps are going to try and move in, but with a P4 and an Ostwind there, they might as well not even bother. An Ostwind can devour 2 Jeeps in no time.
Correct. And Shav has 8 kills on the stormtroopers and all 4 men left.
Yeah, he got a lucky roll there that, you know, it was almost a direct hit on his storms and there were no kills.
Yeah, he got lucky both times.
A 25 pounder is a surprisingly an excellent counter to snipers, but you really have to get them in the first or second shot.
And we have a 17 pounder on by Elite Gren, and the Allies, they need a cap. They need to do something. I mean, they're getting manhandled.
Yeah, they're turtling quite a bit around their healing centers, and you know, the Nebel's getting to wreak havoc. The sniper's getting to wreak havoc. And if you're not capping and holding territory when you're on defense, you don't have a lot of time.
I agree.
Now, one thing about Shav, I can't really understand why Shav has his sniper and his storm so far away from the action, and why his sniper and his storms are cloaked so far away from the action. It's usually a mistake newer players make, keeping their cloaking units permanently cloaked even when they're well away from the action.
He's got him uncloaked now.
Yeah. Wasted some valuable time. He could have been racking up kills and weakening some of those Tommy squads. Strange move on his part.
Very strange. And we have 2 Stukas here from Mistland. These are the recently they're just really terrifying. And here they go. And along with the Nebel. Great
move.
And Elite Gren.
Elite Gren just got wiped off the face of the earth.
That was a really good Nebel for 9 kills on the Nebel by Heartman.
Yeah, a really good example of combined arms too. You know, he had the sniper there, he had the Ostwind, he had the flame half track, then the Nebel and the Stukas firing, and that giant blob just got eviscerated. Shab being extremely conservative with his sniper all of a sudden, literally taking 1 shot and running away. Not sure why, given the fact that the Allies really don't have anything to counter it aside from the 25 pound.
And we're dead even in that territory. 50-50. The Allies, they were able to recover from that Axis back cap, which capped them pretty much to their spawn.
Yeah. Still trying to puzzle out Shab's sniper. I really expected to be doing a lot more, making the most of this kind of, golden time of the Allies not having any counter. Especially with the 25-pounder being on recharge.
I think the he's got no sight. He's waiting for a jeep or something. We have a jeep from Hartman, or a bike from Hartman. Sorry. I think that's why he's so cautious. Is because we're looking without the fog of war.
Definitely up to this point, the Allies have been, not taking the initiative and basically letting their attackers dictate almost all the engagements.
We have
I think, they can get away with that now.
I'll agree.
But it's going to come back to haunt them.
Mislin using these Stukas.
Sorry, what were you saying about Mislin?
Mislin doing work with his Stukas.
Oh, yeah. Took out a CCS and a 25-pound, a 16-pound.
And they took off an officer, too.
Wow. They really improved those things.
They did indeed.
Here we go, a big smoke push in the middle from the Allies.
Now buffer going down on Scaffa by heart. Doesn't do too much.
Yeah, gotta give Scappa credit. He's really trying to make these airborne work. Well, I don't think he's killed much of anything with 2 or 3 waves of them at this point.
Nothing to impress me.
He's had 3 separate waves of dual airborne squads. I don't think any one of them is close to turning their cost back.
Pony Slay Station actually being the aggressive one here, taking the initiative.
Yeah. It's not what I expected. But that sniper, I mean, they are literally powerless against Shab's sniper right now. It's like a kid at a candy store watching him just have his way with them.
Humiliating almost. And Hartman gets Vet 5 P4.
Hartman loves his vet, so he's gonna make sure that thing goes right to spawn.
Indeed he does. Now, something I've recently liked the buff Stukas. I think they are now a quite a threat. And they're mobile, and they're something you just have to avoid or kill straight off the bat. There's actually a lot more artillery from the Axis than there is from the Allies.
Yeah, a lot more reliable artillery too, which for a long period of time recently the Nebel was unreliable at best and the Stuka was a complete write-off. So it's definitely something that's helping the Axis combat blobs.
Definitely. The Allies are capping now. Elite Grunt seems to be doing a lot of the capping. And he brings on the legendary AVRE.
Ah, yes, the AVRE. The molested child of the EIR world.
A beautiful beast in the wild.
Ruthlessly hunted into extinction by the balance team. But we'll get into that another time.
Pretty good Stuka again by
Yeah.
do as much as
And
the others.
the Allies just have no way to get to any of the Axis artillery. I mean, in their defense, they're doing a good job at keeping the pressure up in the middle line. And the Axis are probably actually being a little too conservative, but they have a little more time as a luxury because they're on the attack.
And we have a Kuko over here by Scaffa, so it looks like he's running heavy AI infantry and AT tanks. Fail Nebulner by Hartman. And the aviary goes off and kills and decrews, but doesn't kill the pack. Scaffa going for a good flank. Goliath hits the Kuko.
Scaffa's gonna have to go repair that captured Panther with 1 kill. He's not having a good game. That's for sure.
I think Shab is having a great game. Shab and Missile are doing very good.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Shab is I still can't figure out what his sniper's doing way back in his spawn. He's actually hurting his team. You know, as surprising as it might be to say that, given that his sniper has so many kills, he is really the reason why, despite the fact that the Axis are playing much better, I would say, they have so little of the map at this point.
Goes the Stukas. Let's see if they hit anything.
Oh, those things are ruthless.
They do quite a lot of damage to the tank.
Oh, it's Shab loses his sniper just by pure bad luck.
Yeah, the aviary, you nailed it. Wow.
The aviary had no idea his sniper was there because it hadn't fired in a long time, but it just happened to be aiming at a blob of infantry. And a Shab sniper, as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason why it shouldn't have had 30 plus kills, given the ample time it's been on the field without any counters. So it really was a missed opportunity, I think, on his part.
Yeah, and it was not only was it bad luck, but he also blobbed it up, and he shouldn't have done that with an AVRA being on the field in general.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you know it hasn't fired yet. You don't want a blob, and you also don't want to put your sniper near a blob.
But
yeah.
Nonetheless, a good shot by Leak Run.
Yeah, it's so strange to see, the Axis seem to have been winning this game for most of it, and yet, in terms of pop and territory control, they're losing.
I think what's happening is, Mifflin's got the 2 artillery pieces, and that's probably what's starting to. Once the Allies start capping up the territory, it's going to start affecting Mifflin a bit more.
Yeah, and Shab's playing very, very conservatively. Hartman's making some good assaults, but he can't do it alone.
Shab with the Flammenwerfer train, and looks like they're going to make an assault on the left side of the Allied flank. And
I've never quite understood the Flammenwerfer, obsession a lot of people have. They never really seem to earn their cost.
That's why.
But in that case, they did do one really nice thing. They kind of bunched all that Axis infantry, Allied infantry together for a nice duper.
And I think Mifflin actually did more damage than he did good. I think the net buffers pretty much killed all the infantry, but
yeah. And the AVRE, which actually has a decent 11 kills, not earning cost, but decent. Looks like that thing's doomed with a destroyed engine.
Yeah, other than killing the sniper and decoying the back, that's pretty much it. Killing both is like, negligible.
Yeah, especially given that the killing of the sniper was accidental.
Artillery going by a leaker.
Yeah, got his own CC2. Scaffa with 2 more airborne squads with just three kills between them, not earning cost with really any of these airborne squads.
I am just confused.
Oh, brilliant flank!
Oh yeah.
Can you see this
yeah, it's a good
Hartman flank on the 25 pound?
Yeah, I didn't even see that, but a great flank with the flames.
Yeah, he's good with his flamer blobs. When you least expect it, they can come out of nowhere.
It looks like the Allies are hard pressed, very hard pressed.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that flank from Hartman has really opened things up quite a bit.
That's what she. And yes, I had Booper.
And Shab bringing on 2 P2s, which will be a living nightmare for the airborne, especially from Scav.
Yeah, you know, there hasn't been a whole lot of smoke from the allies, you know, and that's what kind of what they need for the airborne to really be effective.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. It's been surprising that, you know, they built their companies, or at least they seem to have built their companies in the around smoke, and have somehow forgotten to bring the smoke.
A very vital part of their strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. Another ABRE from Elite Grant.
There's
and that Nebel.
Oh, what minute are you at?
I'm at 28:53.
You're like 10 seconds ahead of me. Pause it.
Maybe is yours lagging? Or?
Yeah, I think it lags because I'm doing so much at one time.
Yeah.
That could possibly be it.
I'm at 29 even now. I'm gonna pause it.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave that footage in. I'm just gonna edit out the audio or something. This is being such a hassle. Okay, you ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that quite a good Nebwolfer shot. Hartman is doing wonders with the Nebwolfer. I think Hartman's been doing pretty good so far. In the Kuko, half health, already repaired once, only 2 kills. Definitely not making its cost from Scaffa cost.
No, I haven't really seen any unit from him in this game. It's been a really unlucky game for him. And I mean, it's one of the things you can say about Scaffa. He tries out interesting, unorthodox strategies, and you know, one of the prices of innovation is it doesn't always work. And in this game, it doesn't seem to be working.
Like a shark in the water. It's like Shark Week, really, with strategies. I mean, if you're in the water, you're pretty much first one there. It's not gonna end very
First
well.
one in the water.
That's right.
Yep. And a Panther from Hartman. So the Axis now have 2 Panzer IIs, 2 Stukas, a Nebel, and a Panther.
Not a whole
they
lot of
really should be pushing at this.
And the Stukers.
You're right, though. Not a lot of infantry.
Good Stuka shot.
Just once again. Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Pony's airborne just evaporate.
And then Vet 3 Stuka has 32 infantry kills and 3 light vehicles.
Just unholy. And nothing hurts more when you're an airborne player and you lose, you know, 2 squads of RRs.
Right, and just as
Basically
they get on.
Yeah.
those AT rifles doing nothing to the Panther. And a good Nebel.
There goes the Nebel again. Just the allies are just getting punished by this Axis artillery.
And I think Pony's sniper's dead as well. I didn't see what killed him.
Yep. By crush. The AVRE probably gonna die with just 5 kills. Yep, there it goes.
Definitely making it.
Unfortunately, yeah, almost.
One of the most cost-effective units thus far compared to the Stuka.
Alright, we've got another 2 airborne with Thompsons from Scaffa. Let's hope they can avenge their predecessors.
Well, they have to get quite a few kills. Now this is where all the smoke's coming in. Now it's starting to, you see a lot of the smoke off map. good map control by both teams and a lot of AT by all of them. There's 2 Hellcats on and a Panther, a Kuko.
Here comes the artillery again. This time, less dramatic results, but at this point, there have been so many very, very well placed barrages that they can afford to miss a few.
With 32 kills, I'm sure there's not a big deal to lose 1 barrage. And Pony crushing some light units while taking out a P2, but
And I think what we're seeing now is, although the Axis are getting a really high, you know, kills per unit ratio with their artillery, they're just getting overwhelmed by, you know, the sheer weight of Allied infantry power.
Scaff now pushing the offense, being as aggressive as possible, making sure they don't come back.
And this is going to be a good bundle from Scaffa right there. Oh, there we go. That's, I think, the move he's been hoping to make for a while now.
And a beautiful 14 kills.
Yeah, there we go. Well, there's an airborne squad doing its job. So I think that's probably the strategy he's been trying to pull off with those squads, getting a good satchel off. It just hasn't materialized up until now.
Right. Yeah. Maybe with all the smoke and everything, he's hoping to catch him just like he did there, and that was the only time he could actually.
So that, yeah, I think you're right. That seemed to have been the first really effective push for the Allies that didn't end in disaster.
Yeah, and even Elite Ground agrees that it was a very effective.
And another advantage of it is that now the Axis are kind of scrambling to rebuild their on-map presence, and that's going to take time. Yeah, bigger, stronger.
And Heartman bringing on his flame squads. 2 Stukas on still, and the first Tiger from Shab. Shab, I have not seen actually lose a whole lot. He's playing very reserved this game.
Yeah, very, very cautious. He's not known for his tank micro, so it'll be interesting to see how this Tiger performs. He has, you know, brought it out at what seems to be a good time. The Allies, actually I take that back, there's quite a bit of AT coming on from the Allies.
We got a slugger, and yes, you're right, a lot of 2 sluggers and some AT guns, including a 17-pounder.
And then we've also got a Hellcat in the backfield repairing, so there's going to be a lot of things to hassle that Tiger with. And the Axis really don't have any kind of AT. They have a pack coming on, they have 2 packs coming on, and then a Tiger, and then, you know, 2 guys with Shreks, and that's really it.
And Mistelin, I think he's just going for kills. I think his company is just based all around kills. He's got 2 Oswins on right now, and he's got 2 Stukas in the back there.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a risky strategy because while, you know, he is getting the kills, he's not really able to support his team or project any kind of map.
Shatayu's aiming for that 17-pounder while it's decruiting and killing it.
The Axis are about to have a serious problem with the amount of AT the Allies have on. But that being said, the Allies have really got a cap. We're about to come up on the point where it's going to get critical.
Excellent ambush by Shab, and good pop by Heartman on that slugger. I think he's about to lose these. And he does. These P2s I haven't seen do a whole lot. They're really effective.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen them do too much.
I think part of the reason for that is that they haven't really been used in their most effective form in this game. They've been kind of used in frontal assault when they're really better off used as like almost like an armored car or a Puma hitting the flanks.
Axis
Things are starting to look a lot more critical for the Allies, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Axis are really pushing them back to their spawn.
Oh, here comes another big Stuka barrage. This is going to be bloody. Oh, and it is relatively unimportant.
Yeah, weird because I think he fired them in 2 different spots.
Yeah, neither one hit anything. Oh, it seems like the Allies are really kind of in a precarious situation now because they're starting to lose pop, which is brutal when you're on defense.
And that's it. What Elite Grand needs to do is he's got these 4 or 5 infantry squads just sitting here kind of all in one sector, and he needs to split those up and get them capping.
Yeah, yeah. And Shab's Tiger, much like his sniper, seems to have an identity crisis and not really know what it wants to do. If you have that much pop invested in one unit, you really kind of need to be doing things with it.
There was no time.
And he sat back for most of that last engagement.
Shab's just...
So at this point, what do you... Yeah, he's confusing me too. It's almost like he's stoned or something.
He's pulling a Morka or something. Shephard's passing out in his chair.
Pack 88 taking a shit.
Never coming back. I'm still waiting for him.
Yep. At this point though, do you have any idea of who you think who's winning at this point?
Well, I feel like the Axis are winning kill-wise, but I feel like the Allies, I don't know, it's a toss-up, because I feel like with the kill that Mistalins gather with those Stukas have just been awesome. And I think it's going to have to rely a lot on Elite Gren right now.
Oh, and Elite Gren's two Tommy squads are pinned down now by a sniper and an MG.
That's no good.
Yeah, they relied on dumb luck to kill the first one, so I have no idea how they're gonna hope to get rid of the second one.
Indeed. And it looks like the Allies are gonna just try and fight on the left side of the map. They're saying we're not gonna get choke pointed over there.
Yeah, probably smart, considering it hasn't gone so well. But one thing I have to say for Mislin, he's basically been able to keep those Stukas on almost with impunity. Haven't really been any major pushes to take them out with M10.
Scaffa is starting to play really reserved now.
Yeah. Oh, another good Stuka barrage. Wow. Ruthless. Just holy shit.
Oh my god. Kills everything.
It's just wow.
13
What can you
kills
say?
on that. I think 16 kills in total off that last barrage. Leak runs now, I think, hurting really bad as well.
Yeah, he's gonna be cursing the Stuka gods for sure after this game.
Stuka.
Another round of airborne from Scaffa, who has to be almost getting frustrated at this point. Because I'd say the only squad of his that's really performed has been that airborne squad with the Satchel.
Yeah, with 14 kills, and it was Volks. It wasn't even like a high priority unit. It was Volks with grenades, probably.
Yeah, I think things are looking pretty grim for the Allies at this point. If they can pull back from this, I'll be really impressed.
You can pull back, but can you go back in? That is the question. Let's hope they have the endurance.
Elite Gren just realizing now in chat that he had his vent muted.
And
Remember kids, don't do that.
remember, if it's too quiet in Ventrilo, either nobody likes you or it's muted.
Yeah.
We have a Kuko on by Elite Gren too. Hopefully this one does better than Scaffa's.
Yeah. No kidding. Here comes another Stuka barrage. Damn, that recharge is bad.
They're about a minute and a half.
For something that can wipe out, 16 units in one go, even if it is 2 of them at the same time, it's awfully fast recharge.
Kills one AT gun, which is pretty solid.
Yep. And the allies just seem to be stunned and in complete disarray at this point. They're out of healing, they have no real front line, Axis units are just probing in at will, taking pot shots at their tank.
This is 43 minutes in, so everyone's got to be on their last leg.
Yeah. And they're losing pop. It's looking grim.
Quite frankly, I'm astounded that the eyes have lasted this long, to be honest.
Yeah, it seems like they've just been getting, ripped to shreds at every opportunity. They've had few, engagement triumphs. And again, Scaffa's airborne are going off the field with, 0 to 4 kills.
Oh, there's 15 kills on that one, and there's 50 kills on that croc.
Oh, okay, that's good.
But, it still doesn't make up for the fact that there's been so many losses.
Yeah, it's strange too, because I would definitely say he's the best player on the Allied side, just having an unlucky game.
Like some sort of monkey throwing shit at the wall.
And Shab, where's Shab Sniper now?
I don't know where Shab. He's gone. He's dead, Jim.
There's literally no counters on the field from the Allies, and Shab's sniper is way away from anything that it could possibly shoot at. Like, it's doing okay, but he could have so many more kills.
Yeah,
could really be making this game even harder.
He could have ended this game long ago, I think.
Yeah. It would basically be the equivalent of Mislin having his Stukas in spawn for large periods of time. Those Stukas, I think, will definitely deserve the MVP award if the Axis pull off this victory.
I think so. And Scaffa, I don't know where he's getting these units. I don't know how, but he's still got a bit more coming out.
I mean, I guess that's one advantage of the build he's got. It's not exceptionally expensive to, have vanilla airborne.
Well, airborne at
But
280 manpower. That isn't cheap though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think that, rifles are what?
200.
200? So you're for 80 manpower, you're getting way better armor, fire up, health, the whole shebang, really.
Yeah, you might be right. They might be a lot more cost effective if they could work out correctly. Scaffa.
Oh, and Pony Slay Station is out of the game. 42 minutes in. I don't see how the Allies can come back from that.
What minute are you at?
46, 49.
Okay, hold on. I'll catch you.
Alright, I paused at 46:51.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And Pony Slay Station is out of the game.
Yeah, I just don't see how the Allies can come back. I mean, Elite Gren has nothing on except for a captured Panther. Scaffa's got his, tried and true airborne squads and a slugger, and the Axis just have everything that they've basically had from the start. Ostwinds, the Stukas.
It's amazing
Nebel.
because if you look at the way they played, Shadhayus didn't do anything. He did.
Yeah, I mean, aside from
zero.
the sniper. Yeah, it's really been Mistlin providing the kills and Hartman kind of being the meat shield.
Scaffa's taking it to the mouth, and Pony Slay Station. Well, unfortunate.
Scaffa satcheling the road.
Take that, you piece of shit road.
North. Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Allies are at that point where their call-in timers are very, very long, or they're just very, very low on units. And the Axis show no signs of slowing down.
Leakren's just got this Kukos out, so I think Scaffa, the guy who we think has been just getting destroyed, he's the only one with actually infantry on the Allied. And something I'm seeing a lot of is, Hartman's always played with a bunch of support weapons. He loves his MGs and flames and stuff like that. I think that's really
Yeah.
Another croc on by Scaffa.
Yes, it's any hope at victory pretty much now rests entirely on Scaffa. He's the only one with units to speak of, aside from the captured Panther.
It looks like a Leakren wants to go for the Panther. I don't know what actually Scaffa. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Little flank there from Scaffa with the Croc, but he's in AT City, and he doesn't have a passport.
Yep. That's what happens when you go up shit creek without a paddle.
Oh yeah, that Croc is gonna get raped from all sides.
Just like John Steele.
And the Allies have... the Allies have no way to take out the packs with the Tiger sitting right there.
Well,
I just don't see how they have...
Other than the Tiger there's nothing else protecting the AT guns. I mean, Panther is negligible AI. I mean, it's not a...
Yeah. Unfortunately for the Allies, the Shab Sniper is once again way out of position, just like having picnics in the meadows.
8 kills, and that thing's been on for like 20 minutes, man.
Yeah, at the very least 20 minutes. It's, I mean, he's not losing it, but he's also might as well have lost it for all the good it's done.
They're so cautious. It's like when you let your cat to go outside for the first time in a while. They like poke their head out the door. That's kind of how this game is going.
Yeah, I mean, the Allies just have nothing on. This could easily just be ended right now.
I will laugh if Shabtayus loses his sniper, and he doesn't. So Scaff has got nothing left. We just got this 2 infantry squads. But he calls
Yeah,
mortar. They're saved. He's got a mortar.
Alright guys, don't worry. Cancel the defeat.
But wait, you got another airborne squad, and he's got another engineer.
Flamer.
Really, this is just
I mean, if the Axis are basically just giving the Allies time to come back. This is when their pop timers are so low that they really should just be pressing that advantage. And they're not at all. I mean, Shab's Nebel is way back there out of position. Can't fire on anything. MG is out of position, can't fire on anything. Sniper's gained, I think, 2 kills in about 15 minutes.
It's about time that something starts happening. Something, you know, the Allies, I mean, the Axis could start capping, but they're not even, you know, they're capping with AT guns.
Yeah, it's been a strange game.
The only thing they really have for ATs is a Kuko. And there goes the Savior Mortar.
No! You were supposed to bring balance to the force.
You were supposed to be the answer. You were supposed to be the cure.
I mean, just look at Shab's level way back there. What is it doing?
0 kills.
What are its goals? What are its, you know, life goals?
What do you want for yourself? Words that I wish my mother never.
Like, I mean, say what you will about the airborne Thompson squads, but at least they've been in or near, you know, within 100 miles of the action. Yeah, this is grim. The Allies now have their victory counter.
Oh, but we have a Jeep. We could be saved. 2 Jeeps. It's nice that he's finally, Scaff has decided to finally call out something to help versus the sniper. Not that the sniper's actually done anything at all, but
Yeah. I mean, 10 kills is decent for a sniper, but not one that's been on as long as this one has. Looks like Hartman's just down to his Panther, so, you know, it's been somewhat close. It just hasn't felt very close. Misslin probably has quite a bit left in his company.
yeah, all I've seen is Volks. He's bought a lot of armor, is what I've seen.
Scaffa kind of missing his opportunity to kill that sniper now. I got one of the packs. Something. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Tiger put an end to that dream.
And Mistlin with the Panther.
And again,
as
at this
well.
point, yeah, I bet you he's got quite a bit left in his company. You know, how much is a Stuka? 8 pop or 10 pop?
I think they're 8 pop.
So, I mean, he's had 16 of his pop tied up for the entire game, so chances are he's got quite a bit left. So there it is. The Axis finally making the push to force the Allies off the field. Something they could have done about 15 minutes ago.
Okay, let's go ahead and just pause the game. So that was a good game there. I guess. I mean, we saw a lot of very good Stuka barrages. You know, 66 kills on these Stukas, which is quite a lot for any artillery piece to get on 30 kills.
Yeah. Yeah, there were some really nice barrages from Misnil in there, and I would definitely, you know, say they won the game.
Yes, MVP to Mistlin and his Stukas.
Yep. Honorable mention to Hartman for kind of being the meat shield of the Axis team.
Yeah, and you know, the play that kind of fell apart where Pony kind of just evaporated. I don't even really know what happened to Pony. He just kind of...
Yeah. He definitely got torn up by Stukas and losing his airborne in a lot of really, you know, doomed assaults. Alikren got hit by a lot of assaults, and some of them were disastrous, but he at least was making some good pushes and doing some good stuff.
Yeah. I think what happened though was that the Stukas seemed to always hit, I think they always seemed to punish Alikren a lot more than they did I mean, they did take out ours, but I felt like Elite Run just two AVREs didn't make their cost up remotely. That's a lot of fuel going down the drain for other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we really didn't see much of any other kind of armor from Elite Grand, which is strange for a Royal Engineers company.
Yeah, you thought there would be some sort of croc, especially because crocs are like they're the thing to bring for a Royal.
Yeah, I mean, or staghounds are a ridiculously cost-effective unit. A firefly or two would have been nice, and we really didn't see much of anything in the tank department from Elite Grand. Or the allies in general. I mean, aside from cuckoos and tank destroyers and crocs.
Agreed. So it was a good game to all players. Thank you for watching, and Mary, why don't you say goodbye?
All right. Well, thank you for having me, Colossus. Even though you called me Mary.
That's okay.
And good game, and hope you guys enjoyed it.
Till next time, we'll see you later.
Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!